Good morning, Dr. Olusegun Titus. Good morning, Dr. Olusegun Titus. Good morning, everyone online. It's my pleasure to be here and be the one reading the citation for our guest speaker. Dr. Olusegun Stephen Titus is an associate professor in the Department of Music, Obafemi Awolowo University, Nigeria. He obtained a Master of Arts in Musicology from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Enugu State, and a PhD degree in African Musicology from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. He is one of the leading scholars of ecomusicology, environmental musicology, and climatic musicology in Africa. His research focuses on music and environmental health, human and planetary trajectories, solid waste, plastic waste, bush burning, climate change, flood disaster, food production, music and soil communities, blue economies, and poisoning studies. Others include music and peace building, medical musicology, music, and /in sustainable development goals. Music and the history of built environments and infrastructure in urban spaces, landscape, and soundscape. He has examined issues of extractive industries in Zambia, South Africa, Sudan, and Ghana, and their musicking and acoustic nuances. Dr. Olusegun Titus has about 37 publications, which include creative works, chapter in books and journal articles in both national and international outlets, such as Musiki, African Music, also known as T&F Group, International Library of African Music, Journal Road University, and Environmental Communication Book Series, among many others. He is the composer of the creative work titled Oil and Blood in Niger Delta. He is a reviewer and member of the editorial board of some reputable journals. Dr. Titus has won 30 travel conference attendant grants, 6 research grants, 10 visiting fellowships and postdoctoral positions. He is a fellow at Fox Touch and visiting scholar at Oxford University, United Kingdom. He was a consultant for DAAD Germany on postgraduate training program on ecomusicology / environmental musicology and sustainable development goal. He is a fellow PROSPA / Andrew Mellon Foundation, and a visiting scholar, Rhodes University, South Africa. He is a fellow of the American Council of Learned Society under the African Humanities Program of the Carnegie Corporation, New York, United States of America. He is a fellow, Carson and visiting scholar, LMU Munich University in Germany. He is also a fellow, Ford Foundation / African Feminists. He also doubles as an associate fellow of Minnesota University of the United States of America. And it is my pleasure this morning to welcome Dr. Olusegun Titus to speak to us on grant writing and grant winning. Can we please make welcome Dr. Olusegun Titus?
Thank you so much for this citation. I was asking because I didn't give any biography or so to the president. I was asking, where do you get this on? He said from researcher. Oh, I said, okay, then you can win grant. Thank you very much for the privilege, and thanks everyone. Let me share my presentation. Can you see it? Can you see?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I titled this Grant Writing and Winning for Postgraduate Students and Early Career Scholars.
You are muted, sir.
Oh, sorry. Hello, are you hearing me now?
We can't hear you.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Sir, I can hear you. We can hear you. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We can hear you.
Beautiful. Okay, I think I'm clear enough now. Thank you very much. So I'm talking about grant writing and winning. I'm not muted. maybe you can log out and log in again. Auntie Janet, I guess others can hear me also. So grant writing and winning for postgraduate students and early career scholars. It's very important to know about grant writing.
You are muted, sir. We can't hear you, sir.
But others are hearing me. I guess maybe you can log out and log in and log back. Log in back.
We can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Maybe tell her, please tell her to.
We can hear you. Maybe you should check your mic.
Yes. I will call her now.
Okay. So it's very important for us to learn about this, because I'm sure, there's nothing like grant writing 413 in undergraduate, grant writing 814, or grant writing 924, either in master's or PhD. There's nothing like that. I'm sure you know that. Even undergraduate, even after your PhD, because I guess there may be some scholars here, okay, I mean, those who have completed those who have completed their PhD, there have not been any training whatsoever on grant writing. Two, without scholarship, and that is why we need the training. So I'm talking about why do we need this training on research grants, fellowships, and scholarships. Why? Two, without scholarship, grant, and fellowship, our postgraduate and early career students will be struggling. You'll be struggling to do research. You'll be struggling to write. You'll be struggling that's why sometimes some people take a leave of absence and leave the project, the work for a year or two, especially in Nigeria, that becoming, somehow today, I mean, financially, things could be so horrible that you just have to leave it and say, hey, I will come back, when I'm better, or financially better, Why do we need it? You need money to buy books. If I'm to ask you, how much do you need monthly to be able to cope with academic care in Ife? I'm sure some will write some amount. You need to pay school fees. Actually, some of you in sciences, in medical sciences, sciences and technology, you actually do some empirical work and you need what? Money. Okay? You need to pay school fees. You need to pay for accommodation. They will not give you PG Hall for free. Sincerely, you need to feed yourself. If you are not feeding well, forget, you can't reason well. You can't even calculate well. You will not be able to think well. You need food. No, some say, I will go on diet. You still need to eat, even though you are dieting. And it's very possible to get grants, to get scholarship as postgraduate students in Obafemi Awolowo. And sincerely, any student, anywhere you may be in the world, you can get, grants, you can get fellowship, you can win. And I know you will win from now. Now, is it possible to win? Yes. If I will ask, how many of you have won one fellowship or grant? I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 amongst, at least for now, we are more than 30. We're 33 here, and I know more are still coming. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3, and maybe it's just research assistant to somebody. Okay, but do we need it? You have seen the reason why we need to. But it's not just writing, but write in a special way. And this talk is not just about maybe humanities, it is general. I have a platform where by God's grace I'm training people, and I have engineers there. I'm happy to say they are winning. Undergraduate, they are winning. Postgraduate, they are winning. Because we've done series of training. And what does it take? What does it take to win? That's why we are here. I asked the president, how many training have you done before? And they said this is the first. So we can't cover everything in just one class. So we've said in the future, God helping us, maybe go through another one. But let's do the foundation. Let's tell you why you need it, how, and we now go to some practicals later. What is research grants and scholarship fellowship? Some people, they could not distinguish between grant, fellowship, scholarship, and the rest. I'm sure you've seen some of your classmates or some students say, I'm looking for scholarship. I'm looking for scholarship abroad. I want to leave OAU. I want to leave Nigeria. I'm looking for scholarship. And they apply for, they just saw University of Mississippi, they send application. University of Michigan, they send application. Harvard University, they send application. And they say, they're not accepting me. They did not even reply. All right? And will let us know why now. Goals and purpose. The main point of differentiation between fellowship and grants and scholarship is their respective goals. Grants, especially, are intended to finance certain endeavors or projects, whereas scholarship or fellowship are meant to assist with an individual professional or educational activity that will help you in your educational or professional growth. So you can see the difference between grants and fellowship. Although in a way, money will come with it. Actually, when we talk about scholarship, grant, and the center thing there is how to get money. That's it. How do you get money to finance your research? That is what we call grant, fellowship, and scholarship. So how to easily get scholarship abroad? Let me start with that. But now, before I talk about how to get fellowship abroad, I want to talk about how do you get grants and fellowship here in OAU and any other place you are watching from or you are listening from. How do you get scholarship here in Nigeria? Many people believe, even some, I'm sorry to say, some of our professors, they say, go and sit down. You are looking for grants. Where do you want to see it? Even me, I've never got a grant in my life. And you, what do you know? Who are you? Are you an authority? Even an authority. It is because they did not seek for it. They did not ask for it. They did not write for it. They felt comfortable here. That's why you see, the truth is this: any lecturer today in Nigeria that is not getting grants, that means he must be into business, serious business. And when you are into too much business, you really have time to teach and even time for research. And if you are not getting grant and fellowship, you'll be struggling financially. There'll be financial struggling. That's the point. Go and look at it. They'll be struggling. The truth is, someone that has not eaten or cannot pay school fee of the children, he will be very harsh with students, especially with postgraduate students, because he will feel you are disturbing him. You are disturbing his life. That is why some of our professors and lecturers, they are very harsh, very harsh. But I know it is possible, for you to win, because the truth is that I started winning when I was postgraduate student. So now, for those that want to win, most of you here, you are here now in OAU. How do you start winning? How do you start winning fellowships? How do you start winning scholarship? You are in your masters, you are doing your masters, you are doing your PhD, and you want to get, you finish your first year, the second year is coming, you are struggling, how will you get paid? How will you get this? How will you start making money? Making, not money now, scholarship, getting scholarship while you are in Nigeria is very easy, because I have experienced it. So talking from personal experience, I'll be talking more about how I have been able to go about all this while studying in Nigeria. I did my degree master's in UNN. I did my PhD in University of Ibadan. So I'm homebred. So being homebred, I can tell you that it is not compulsory for you to travel outside. If the opportunity comes, good. But I was not even thinking about going outside to go and study. But after my PhD, I started globetrotting by the grace of God. Now, for those of you, maybe you are doing masters, and after master, you want to go outside to go and continue your PhD, because some say, look, enough of OAU, I'm going. Yeah, it's good. It's good. You can go. Those of doing PhD and you're looking for fellowship, it is a possibility because immediately after my PhD, after 4 months, so after a few months, I got my first fellowship out at University of London in UK. All right, but during the PhD, I got several grants, fellowship, and and scholarship, and I will let you know in a moment. Now, but how do you easily get scholarship? Either in Nigeria now or Europe. Start learning. Start learning. And that is why this kind of workshop is very critical. Some people believe, but I have PhD, let me apply for this thing. Many people, they get frustrated after PhD when they apply for fellowships, grants, scholarship. They've applied about 10. In fact, they say, no, it's not true, Gary. It's fake. I applied for 10. In fact, I didn't get any. Because you spend a lot of time doing it. And if you don't learn the correct way, it's like pilot. Pilot, you have to learn the correct way before they will even give you to pilot. Before they can give you a plane, you have to be assisting the main person. Later, they give you a trial and gradually. And that is how it is with learning, with scholarship. Some will say, but how did I do it? You know, and I'm able to win so many because by God's grace now, I've won more than I think almost 40 travel. Yeah, what my Oga read is beautiful. I've won more than that now. You know, severally more than what was read in the citation. So start learning. Start learning. And it's very important that you are here for this workshop. Workshop like this is very important for you to win. No, I know what I'm doing. I'm very scholar. It's not by fantastic scholarship. In fact, fantastic scholarship comes with training. Learn to do something new if needed. You know, I study music, and naturally we're wondering, what is this guy saying? And they're saying he's talking about blue community, blue this thing, music, oil and gas. How does he relate? That is learning new things, learning to do something new, learning to do something different. If you don't do something different, you find it difficult to learn to win. What do I mean by learning something different? I did PhD. My PhD is actually my degree, my master's. I did something on music education and folk music in schools. After my master, I discovered it will not take me far. It doesn't, it can't take me far. So I did PhD. I worked on Iregu music of these local people. Local knowledge is powerful, but ability to use it for global feasibility is critical. But I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the ability. I don't have the network. I don't have the knowledge. So after my PhD, I have to start doing something new or something in addition to what I did in my PhD. So do something new. Some of us, our project, which it is not just you, but some of our supervisors, they tell you, this is our area, and you have to focus on it alone. Focus on it alone. No going here and there. Focus. This one, something that you are doing for masters, for PhD, is actually outdated. Some of those things that are outdated, they have written books, and it's not, you are not doing anything very innovative. There's nothing innovative in what you are doing. So who want to sponsor something that is great, that is not innovative? Let me give an example. One of my friends last year attended a training. I'm kind of invited to give a training, and in that training, one of the organizers of that training said he traveled to Canada, is it US or Canada, and to do a PhD. He got the idea of the PhD while he was still in Nigeria, and he said, "Wow, this is new. This is brilliant. Wow, this is great. This is great." But somehow he was able to secure, some things. Got to Canada. But when he got to Canada, this thing that he said was great in Nigeria, this idea, nobody has written about it. He just discovered that they published books about the idea. Books, not just articles, books about what you want to go and study. he felt depressed. Depression came in because this is what I've been shouting. Nobody has done. You think it's innovative. He now discovered that there are books. So what do you want to write? Another person, I was told, this person was saying it. I was in that print meeting, but I heard about another person who went for a conference from this side of the world. And during the conference, was saying, yeah, this is innovative, this is great, and this is no, and this is, he was presenting a paper, and this one, and they were just looking at him. And because what he's writing about, what he's talking that is great, they finish work, that kind of research has been completed 20 years before that time. 20 years. And they asked him, have you read this book? He said, no. And the main scholars in that field, they said, have you read this book? He said, no. Have you seen this book? He said, no. Have you seen the other book? He said, no. They know that it's just daydreaming. He's lost in research because it's not up to date. And that is why you will never get grant until you know the lacuna. They normally use it in IFE, the lacuna, the gap in knowledge. When you are feeling your Form A, you said that your Form A, what you want to go and do. And I also come to that because some of us, IFE has made our brain, to follow one way, one pattern, or one way agenda. If it's not this, it is not. You cannot. Hello, are you still hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Just want to be
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah. So, IFE has made our brain to, like, in fact, they will put central, especially your Form A. Can you use your Form A to write a proposal? Yes and no. I mean, to win scholarship. You can and you cannot. You can if it is innovative. If what you are doing, is innovative. If it is not innovative, sorry, it's a waste of time because nobody will respect you. Nobody will even inform. Nobody will even invite you because what you are doing is not known. It's not seen. It's not innovative. It's outdated. 3, have a fascinating research focus. Your research focus. It's like now somebody is writing about folk music among the Egba people. What is new in that? The music of Ife people. What is new in there must be something new you want to bring out in that. You can coin it around sustainable development goals. If you're able to do that, forget, you will win plenty grants, plenty fellowships. In fact, they'll be begging you with fellowship. I say, please come, we have money. Come and talk, come and do this research. Because why are people giving money for fellowship? It's also, nobody give money for free. They give money because of what you are doing, will benefit the people and benefit you. It's a two-way free traffic. I want grants. These people, they are not giving. They are racist. They may be racist, but if what you are doing will benefit them, they will give you. That is the truth. What you are doing will affect the economy, they will give you. Even though you are in Nigeria, they will give you because they can see knowledge in what you are. Well, there's what we call knowledge economy. Dangote is providing petrol, that's physical things. But you, knowledge economy, you are actually the powerhouse of societal development. But if yourself, you don't even know anything, Nigeria government, they don't reckon with our people, with some of us, or let me say Nigerian professors, and that is why Nigeria it is what it is. Look at people that value research. But our research, after your master's and PhD, where is it? Where does it end? You just put it on your this and then you are taking you are looking for a job. So fascinating research. But how do you know whether your research is fascinating? That is why we are here. Because you want to see how you can make. You can see You know, when you say music, oil, and gas, some say, is that not stupid? How does it relate? Is that not madness? Music, what is music? Is it in engineering? Is it in civil or whatever engineering? No, it's in music. But it's talking about oil and gas. That's what I'm talking about. 2, the draft SOP statement of purpose. You must be able to draft a powerful statement of purpose. You know, able to draft powerful statement of purpose. And, you know, some of you are more than 50, we're about 55 on the platform now. I am sure, or let me not say I'm sure, some of you will have applied for fellowship or scholarship, masters and PhD, even before applying to OAU. Maybe because you are frustrated because you didn't get it. That's why you just resolved to OAU. This is what you do. You know, the admission process in OAU in Nigeria is different from abroad. In Nigeria, you just apply, and then what happens is somebody writes a referee for you. I will come to that referee because some of our referees they are horrible, and some you can get rejection because of the poor referee. You know, so but the point is, you must have contacted a professor over there who is doing what you are doing, who will host you and be your supervisor before you even apply abroad. Let me repeat that. Before you say you want to apply for master's, PhD, even scholarship or grant, you know, depending on the call, you want to apply to US or UK or the Canada or Germany or Europe, and you are not paying for it. If you are paying for it, it's different. And you know that 1 year payment in UK for masters around 18 million. I think it has increased to more than 20 million per year. That one you used to build one small house here in Nigeria, right? So what I'm saying is that contact a professor, and normally I will say contact about 15 professors, because if you contact 2, 3, 4, they may be busy and their life has been planned. It's not like Nigeria that our life is not planned, you know, just live for a day. All right. But here, 5 years project is on, and they don't want to take anybody until after 5 years. But there are some, they are working on some, and they can take you to join some of their current research, ongoing research. That is why you need to contact a professor. In fact, contact as many as possible. I would recommend between 10 to 20 professors in your area, in your field of scholarship. Don't make a mistake of just apply without contacting a professor to be your supervisor. In Nigeria, we don't need it. In fact, some departments, they will share you to a professor, whether it's your area or not. But some departments, they allow you to choose a professor for yourself in Nigeria. Discuss with the professor. You may need to share your proposal with the professor, and even your CV with the professor. If you don't have CV, please go and do one. If you don't have a biography like the Bible that was read, go and do one. You don't have a research focus or statement of purpose, go and draft one. Sometimes even the professor, before you send the application at all, you get it down. So if the application is coming up, for instance, December, you should have been contacting the professor in October, so that you people discuss. He will now correct it for you. He will now tell you, go and send application. Okay, you now go and send application, because they will meet in the department to decide who are we giving scholarship to. Then he will stand and say, hey, I have a candidate. Because 1,000 people apply for that department, they only have space for 5. So, and you just send your own to the university. You just send to the committee of this thing. I'm applying for PhD. I have this. Nobody, your paper go on that trash. They just throw them inside the trash. In fact, they don't print. If they print at all, they just with this one. But you that contacted the professor is the one that will now speak for you over there and say, hey, this person contacted me and his work we are doing today, and because they have about 50 million or 50,000 US dollar in the department, they now say, okay, this man take about 25 or so thousand for the student that is coming, because it's going to be the teaching assistant for him, and then they'll be writing paper together, and he'll be doing his master at the same time. That is how it works. discuss it is better to read well about the work of the professor. How do you know about the professor to contact? Check them on Google. For instance, whenever I'm checking my own, which I'm going to share with you, I'll check professors in environmental humanities, medical humanities, music and peace building. All right. I check, in the country I'm looking for, and I write to them. They send me. Some say, sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm no longer a lecturer. I've retired. Sorry, I'm not sorry. But 1, 2, 3, or 4, we say, oh yes, your work is fascinating, and that is the experience I've seen so far. Now I move to the next page. The place of good mentor. Not all supervisors are mentors. That's what I want you to know. Mentoring is critical, but it's not all supervisors that are mentors. There are some supervisors, they just read your work. And sometimes you can't blame them because they themselves, they don't travel. They don't have grants. So why do you want to disturb their life? Why would they disturb you? Well, they cannot give what they don't have. But for those supervisors, that is why it's good to have, but that's not an excuse not to. Now you are learning, you are going through this training, and that is why you cannot say, it's because I don't have good mentor, supervisor. Mentors are very great. Mentors are very important, not just supervisors now. In fact, your supervisor may not be your mentor. Mentors are those who have gone through a field, a path, and they know what is in that wilderness, like research grants, okay? For instance, you check your supervisor, he has never even traveled to Ghana, or anytime there's conference, he normally sends somebody. He has never applied for any grant, and he's not even encouraging people to do. Already, that's your supervisor, but it may not be your mentor. It may be your mentor in other area, but when it comes to grant writing, it's not your mentor. And I'm happy to say both my colleagues and those that are not my colleagues those I've never seen in my life. Those in sciences, in technology, that by God's grace today, they're in different parts of the world. So what you study is not actually immaterial. I study music, but today I'm mentoring. I'm doing mentoring work mostly, but I'm still doing my teaching, all right? And that is why mentoring is they will hold your hand. Look at this picture here. Look at this man. The mentor knows where to go, where to put your leg, where not to put your leg, what to do, things to do, how to do this, because he has been that. It's like you are learning to drive. Somebody that cannot drive cannot teach you how to drive. It's not possible. He cannot drive, but he wants to teach you how to drive. No. He must have the knowledge. He must have the experience. That's why, it's not every professor that have won grant. And some are actually struggling. They may be mad with you. So look for a good mentor. My early mentors, they're not in music. One is in anthropology. Another one is in English. Another one, they're in different parts of the world. I have several mentors, but I now have in music. But my early mentors, they're not in music. They're in anthropology. The person is an anthropologist, even though I have a supervisor in music. You can imagine. So my supervisor is music. My supervisor then wants me to concentrate. In fact, anytime I see him in conferences, I dodge because I want to attend all conferences, whether related to music, science, technology, and that is what is helping me today. All right. So you need mentors. What are the opportunities for postgraduate students in Nigeria? So many opportunities for postgraduate students in Nigeria. All right. But like I said, we are here to look at it together, to share together, to learn together. When you get a grant, it's always sweet. When you get rejection, it's very bad because you spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of mental work, and it could be very discouraging. A friend of mine said he will never apply for one friend. And I have to also let you know that rejection is part of the game. You can get rejected. I told someone there's one fellowship I was applying for. I started applying for it when I was postgraduate student. I didn't get it till I become, I think, senior lecturer. Until I become senior lecturer, I didn't get the grant because the grant is both for postgraduate students and senior colleagues. So, but I did never give up. I got rejections, I apply again. I'm sure there is only this man, you don't have the capability, even publication. I got rejected somewhere, you go back and send another paper there. You have to be, resilience is very critical in winning. Categories of grant and fellowship. There are several categories of grants and fellowship. But one thing that is important is this. I would say start from small fellowships. Start from small fellowships. These are some of the these are different categories of fellowships and grants and scholarships and fellowships grants available. We have what's called travel award. There are several travel awards or what we call travel grants. That something maybe in Nigeria, there's a conference holding in Kano, and they pay your flight. That is grant. That's travel grant. That's fellowship. All right. Let it be your CV that you have won the fellowship before. All right. That is it. It's called travel grant. And for those of us in Nigeria, I guess most are in OAU here. There's what called WARA, West African Research Association. This group, I think is based in Ghana. They sponsor postgraduate students in West Africa, Nigeria inclusive. Nigeria is West Africa. All right. 2, Commonwealth. Commonwealth, they also sponsor conferences. So you have a conference, for instance, in UK, you don't have money, you can apply to Commonwealth that you are going here and you need sponsorship. They can pay for you. Agnes is another one. They pay for conferences, workshops. I remember one of my students, master students. There's one workshop somewhere in Nigeria here, and I sent the call to him that, hey, look at this call, apply. He says, sir, it's not related to what I'm doing now. You are my supervisor, because I'm supervising his master's. I said, okay, I know your eyes are not open. And I said, don't you see? Because they didn't mention music per se, and in fact, anyone they mention music, most of the time I don't apply for them. When it's music, I rarely have. It is one that is far away from music. That is the one I apply for. And I'm going to share some of them with you here. So then pre-doctoral postgraduate students, we have Codestra, SSRC, Commonwealth. How do you get these things? These are some of the things that we're going to share and discuss. How do we share it? I know you have platform. I don't mind if you add me to your platform or create another platform for those who want to learn these things. And then we see how we'll be sending some of these calls to them. Because if you didn't see the call, how will you even apply that day? Because knowledge is power, but it's not just knowledge. Applied knowledge is power. When you know that there's a call, you will apply. But when you are not even aware that it's existing, how will you even have the knowledge to apply? So you must know. And for instance, there are some of you are postgraduate students here, but you're also a lecturer either in poly, in college of education, or university, or monotechnic, especially in state or federal. There are great opportunities for TEDFund to sponsor your conferences outside Nigeria. Outside Nigeria and in Nigeria. If they sponsor you, you're in poly, they will give you about 5 million, 3 million. You can't spend more than maybe 1 or 2 million. The remaining 1 million is what we call honorarium. I know one of my colleagues and mentee 2 months ago traveled to one of the countries in Africa. They paid him 5 million. I'm sure he's able to gain about 1 million or 1 point something or 2 as his gain and honorarium. You understand? So there's privilege in that. I guess some of us here, we are postdoctoral. Maybe when I say postdoctoral, you just defended, waiting for Senate approval. You're already a postdoctoral. You have defended, waiting for, or Senate has just approved your paper. You're already a postdoctoral candidate. TEDFund New International Fellowship. There are several fellowships available. Agnes, Tata, DAD, George Foster Foundation, AVH, Podestra, Cassin, Leventis, HH, American Council of Learned Society, so many in their thousands. See, we are about 70 now on the platform. The truth is that if all of us apply, we can't finish it. Okay? You get it now? You have to apply. But by the time you apply, I'm sure you will win. The truth is, well, I want to repeat it. The reason why we are giving this is because it is possible to win. Because some of us till now, we are still winning. Now, there are still those of us, maybe those that are here now, because I sent this flyer to experienced scholars who are pre-doctoral, postgraduate. No, you are still a student. Who are postdoctoral students? Postdoctoral is when your PhD, after Senate approval, you may not come for convocation, but senators of your school has approved the date of your approval. That is the day your postdoctoral started. And normally, globally, after 4 years of PhD, having PhD, and you didn't win any grant, there's a problem. There are some fellowship, they increase it to 5, some increase to 4, to 5, to 6. Either 5, no. In fact, the one that increased it to 5 to 6 now is no longer existing. After 4, for instance, AVH, after 4 years of PhD, that you have PhD, and you didn't win grant, you are seen as experience. After 4 years or 5 years that you have PhD, and they call you doctor, and you have doctor for 5 years, you are teaching somewhere, and you didn't win any grant, there's problem.